This episode is brought to you by Draggin Bags. I'm rocking the t-shirt today.
Sure.
Feeling pretty rainbowy because it's freaking awesome.
Get the hat.
Look at how gorgeous Sean's rocking the hat. We're looking flat out sexy in our Draggin Bags apparel.
Where?
You know, and you could too. Just head over to dragginbags.com. Pick yourself up some gear today. And better yet, get those bags while you still can for the price of $65.99, I believe.
Pretty darn cheap.
So yeah, before they have to do the increase in order to, make their nut, why don't you support your nuts and get yourself some bags over at dragginbags.com for a great price.
Stamp is good for more than 1 year.
Stamp's good for more than 1 year.
So
exactly. Load them up now.
It's just smart business.
Load up now. It's good.
It's good biz. It's good biz.
It is a good biz over there at dragginbags.com. So just drop code BIGASS12 at checkout. Save yourself money. Let's get some.
Do it.
Welcome to the Big Ass Cornhole Show with Sean and Dane, the host talking cornhole life and random fun. Grab a beer, let's get it done. From tossing bags to let's wild ride, tune in and join the party, don't you hide. It's the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast time with Sean and Dane. It's always prime.
All right, welcome back to yet another episode of the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always. What's going on, man?
Not too much, man. Just doing a lot of hand dancing over here.
I wasn't sure. I felt like it was a little low T today from you.
Low T.
I don't know.
Rude.
I just felt like...
Are you allowed to say that to men these days?
Yeah, you can.
Rude.
Just your energy was down, man.
I thought it was very transsexual.
It was a little... I don't know. Well, you brought the energy in the song, so I can't complain. All right, so I guess let's do it. You're already cracking it.
Just cracking it.
Dane, let everyone know.
Attention.
Let the folks know at home what we're sipping on tonight. And our favorite segment called "What You Drinking."
Oh God!
What you drinking?
Hit the wrong button.
All right, so
Slip
back
of
to
the
low
finger.
T.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody that didn't have low T.
Went over and still sipping on that BrewDog Elvis juice.
So good.
It's delicious. Great summer beer. Just had a couple left, so
Really is
finishing
good.
them up now. Delicious.
All right.
If you like grapefruit,
Well, we have
get yourself some.
more audio gold planned for you all this week. We're going to recap the results of the last signature event from the 2025 season. We have dramatic readings, and then we're going to be joined by ACL Pro, big ass team member, just big guy in our heart who had just one hell of a weekend. ACL Pro Colin Hodet.
Hell yes.
Yeah, so he's always a pleasure to have on. But before we get into all that, we're going to let you know what's going on in our lives in a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Now it's time for this
Yes,
button.
yeah, that one.
Halfway through it.
Yep,
It's
it's
okay.
all right, good. So
We're off to a great start.
yeah, there should be like a live read here or something. I always feel like. So if you're looking for other apparel, if you go to in the link where you're listening to this, if you scroll down, you'll see if you want to rock and support the show, we have merch too.
Hell yeah.
Jamapparel.net, right on there. You'll see we have anything from polos to shorts to jerseys to we're out of hats, but everything else.
Yeah, everything else. Just
just a
snag
little
some stuff if
FYI
you
for
want.
all y'all out there.
We pretty much own one of everything.
Yeah.
and
So
I like rocking them.
happy birthday, America.
Yay, America. 249.
249, man.
Next year's a big one.
It is a big
The
one.
big 250.
For sure. So
very
how's
excited about
your
that.
weekend?
Dude, my weekend, as per usual for this weekend,
fun.
was epic.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did a lot of boating. Played a lot of golf. Bucket golf included.
Nice.
Which is a fantastic game. If you don't own it and you have a place to play it,
Yeah.
I highly recommend
How much
getting
space
it.
do you need?
Dude, so we switched to pickleballs instead of the
Oh, you
balls
can
they
just
provide, so
crush
you
it?
can actually rope those fuckers a little bit further. We had a par 5 setup that was like a legit 250.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, you guys have the space.
We have that
though.
space,
Okay,
yeah. So we went from, all the way from the front yard.
yeah.
We went all the way down the hill by the water. Was
Okay.
the par 5. So
Okay.
that was the 200. We walked it off 250 yards.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's when you take your long game seriously, is when you're walking it off.
Yes.
Like you want official measurements.
Well, we did, because we're like, how far are we really hitting this thing? And our dumbasses didn't just walk off like the par 3 that we were almost acing.
Yeah.
We just wanted to see all right, well, this is a legit par 5. So like, what are you feeling? So you're able to stripe one. Now you don't have to change clubs.
Okay.
You can. I was literally hitting a 52 the whole time.
Okay.
It's just how hard you swing.
Yeah.
It's not going to go any further. It's just like with a different club.
Good contact. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were having a blast doing that. I snuck out the first day I was there, grabbed the only open tee time for one rider. The first 8 hours the course was open.
Oh shit.
And it was the 6:30 a.m. First one's off the course.
Hey.
I showed up before the other three. They let your boy out first.
Hell yeah.
6:30 a.m. an hour and 50 round of golf. Like I was home before my wife was even awake. So it was beautiful.
It's my favorite.
Dude, yeah.
I love being the first one out.
Shot really well, and I knew it was entirely because of the tempo. I mean, just humming along, dude. Like your driver feels great when you're able to just like
you
be up
stay
in
loose.
5 minutes and swing again.
Yes.
Yeah, it was crazy. I ended up shooting like a 76 on the harder of the two courses. I played the hills out there, which is, as you can imagine, some hills. So yeah, played very, very well. I was very happy with the round. It's such a cool design. Like I need to get you out there because the hills, like there's two holes that you're literally just like hitting up like faces. And you have to just like, I mean, you got to just put it's all position play and stuff like this. You cannot just like cut corners at this place. It's a very fun round to play. And yeah, it was a good round. And then your boy was definitely beer pong champion of the weekend as well. Basically just
still got it, mid-30s.
Dude.
And
like everyone there is just like, I am a last like 4-cup sniper. When there are like less cups on the board is when I come to life.
It's easier to focus in on one cup.
Yes. So like my partner was literally just like, I'm like, just keep the same line. Just keep knocking them down. And he was doing a good job of that. Yeah. Then every once in a while he hits sporadic cups and they play Island. Did you ever play Island when you were in college?
There have been houses that I've been to that have played the Island role. Yes.
All right. So the biggest cop out for like douchey frat guys.
Of course.
Okay,
the people that suck at the game.
Island, yeah. And then you get a second cup, just making one cup that's not touching others. No, that's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
So I don't think I missed an island shot the entire day. Like, or days. I mean, this was 3 nights in a row. And it was epic. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. And then we also do a euchre tournament.
Oh, okay.
Betwixt the family.
That's
and I drew Amy as a partner.
So is it random? Like,
yeah,
it's like
random
a draw?
pairing.
Okay.
So that was fun. Won our first round in dramatic fashion.
Nice.
We were down 8-3.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we 2'd them all the way back.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All the way back.
So they were trying to be aggressive and close it out?
Or a couple times they were. Okay. But then the one time, like I called it thinking like, I'm maybe have 2. It was a lot of high hands, but only had 2 good trump. And Amy ended up having like the most complimentary hand to my call, and it was her deal. And I told her to pick up like the 10, and then she had like nothing but that in her hand. So it was just like luck.
Yeah.
And we cleaned house on that one too. Yeah, it was just it was the weirdest game of euchre I've ever won because I never got a good hand.
It's kind of sucks when it's like that.
Yeah, but I'm like, whatever.
Hey, just keep rolling. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
And then we roll into game 2, and it was not our luck.
Single elimination?
Yeah, single.
Oh, man, that's cutthroat.
Yeah, it's cutthroat. So,
okay.
Yeah, game 2, we, I mean, it wasn't bad. I think we lost 10-6. It's just like they got super hot, and like there was nothing we can do. There was a loner. That was literally the 4 points we lost by.
That's
like,
tough.
Yeah. And as soon as she got it and she laid it down, I'm like, you literally got dealt the perfect hand. To herself, by the way.
For sure.
To herself.
Took my son golfing for the first time. Took Logan out on the course. Me and Dad.
He was awesome,
dude. He did amazing. Like,
so maybe that's a good sign for him, like enjoying this game. Like,
he was just like having fun.
I feel like it fits his like temperament though.
Oh yeah,
because like he loves like being like kind of a
doing
lone
stuff.
Wolf. Yeah,
like,
he being active.
Loves being an only child right now.
Yeah.
Like his sister is currently at the beach with like my wife's side of the family. We stayed home. We're going to the beach for 2 weeks coming up. But he stayed home with us. So I'm like, listen, 4th of July, my wife has to work. I want to golf. I didn't want to just dump him off on my mom again. Yeah. So I told him like, hey, if you want to golf, and he's been begging me to go.
Yeah.
He's 4, almost 5. I'm like, all right, I feel like you're probably a little young to go, but we'll just wedge you in the cart because he's a tiny little dude.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Like just wedge him in the car between me and Dad. And we'll just make the best of it. Well, he thought the best thing in the world was he like standing up while the cart was going, so
Yeah.
he just hold on like for dear life, and like me and Dad would just like keep him into the cart, like he just ragdolling himself around. But it was good. We played Valier, which is becoming my new favorite like local course. That like if I'm just gonna go out for a quick hole, I'll always check them first.
Yeah.
I just think it's the perfect combination of like it's in really good shape, it's challenging, like it punishes you if you miss it in the rough. But the greens are like well manicured. It's like they're not too fast, but they're not too slow. You know what I mean? It's like good. It's a really good like practice course, and it's not too long. You know what I mean? From like their white tees, like I always had a chance if I hit a good drive to get it there in 2 on a par 5. I was never hitting a long iron into a par 4. You know what I mean? That's all I can really ask for in a course like that. So, but played well. I shot like Dad probably played the best I'd seen him play in person in a very long time. Like the dude just could not miss a chip or a putt. Like he didn't 3-putt all day. Every putt was perfect speed, and he was rolling in some like 30 footers, like just out of nowhere for par. So the front 9, I either parred or double bogeyed a hole.
Okay.
I was now it all depended on if I got the ball off the tee, put it in the fairway. I was on in 2-putt, and I'm like, I love golf. Like this is what I want to play. I want to hit the ball in the fairway, hit my irons, and like everything was going well. And the next hole I double bogey, and I'd be like, Jesus Christ! And the next hole, I hit a good drive.
Yep.
And I par it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So the back 9 was very frustrating. It was all bogeys and 1 par.
Yeah.
I just couldn't make a fucking putt. It was driving me insane. And like I think 3 holes that I actually reached the green in regulation on the back, I 3-putted. Like I was just so fucking frustrating.
Yeah. I mean,
so if I could just lock in the putting,
not easy putting on either.
No, it's not. And like, but we played well. Like again, if I made putts, I could have shot an 80 there.
Yeah.
Like I could have broken 80. Like if I was playing well, like I just all like you start to realize when you really pay attention and keep track of like, where am I losing strokes at? Yes, it sucked being off the tee. Like I didn't lose any ball, but like I shanked a few. Yes, it sucks. It makes the hole longer, but like I did better. But if I made that putt and make it into a bogey, you know, like just it adds up like 18 strokes over time.
Yeah.
For me, it's like 2-putting almost every hole. So, but it was fun. And then just my wife ended up getting off work early that day with just a bunch of like community stuff. And then I'm trying to remember the next day, wife worked. We went to like brunch with my aunt and uncle. We saw the new Elios movie. I took my son to go see it. Which was okay. It's like, I want them to come out with another banger, and they just keep missing it.
Somebody said it was Space Luca.
Pretty much. Yes.
Yeah, like the animation was very similar to that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
which
don't
is
get me wrong.
fine.
The animation is unbelievable. It's cool. It's like trippy as hell, but like the storyline's kind of predictable, and like I don't know, it's just like the same theme stuff. But I was a little disappointed, but it was solid enough. And then it's just back to work. It's just nothing like going back to work after like a 3-day weekend like sucks.
Yeah.
And it was so slow. I was supposed to be very busy today, and then one after another, cancellation, authorization problems. Like it was just, I'm like, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I saw like 2 patients all day today.
Sweet.
It wasn't like I get so bored, like just sitting there.
Would have been nice to know this in the morning.
There's only so, and I also realized me putting in my office is probably doing a disservice because the carpet is so fast in there.
Oh yeah. So you
like I'm barely tapping the ball, and so I'm going to a course and I'm leaving everything way short. Like I just need to just be a little bit more aggressive. But love golf, hate it.
Love and hate it. That's why you love it.
The other part of my weekend was spent watching some of the ACL Signature stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought that this had potential one point to be kind of like forgettable.
Yes.
Had Logan Chamberlain not taken down singles, I really think that looking back 5 years from now, there are going to be losers like Trey Ryder that was going to, and myself, like they're going to remember
like,
who won singles. Had it been like Derek
Signature
Holland.
6.
And again, there is nothing, I have nothing against Derek Holland.
Yeah.
He's a very nice guy. We've talked to him several times. Very nice guy in person. Just doesn't have a whole lot of personality. Plays a very kind of blah style. You don't get any reaction from him like on the boards at all. So like and he was going against our dude Colin in the semifinals.
Yeah.
So like, and then you get to the finals, and all I kept thinking, I'm like, man, if Derek wins, this is gonna be so forgettable.
Yeah, and honestly, like Derek's also like he's a cornhole favorite. Like a lot of the cornhole like honks love him because of his like goosefraba, for lack of a better term.
Well, and he's been around forever.
Yeah, and like I mean, I respect the hell out of him for that too. But I get where you're coming from because like Chamberlain's fiery, and it gives you something to watch and remember.
Yeah.
On the court, like seeing that passion stuff. Now, who's to say that he doesn't just let it all out after like winning it though?
You mean Holland?
Holland, yeah.
I mean, okay, yes, you could have
Because
that.
what would be more memorable? Seeing Chamberlain take it down, but what if Holland just breaks out into like tears and just sobs?
I'm not even. So if you watch, like,
I don't think he
Chamberlain
would.
wasn't even like
could.
fiery during the match. Like, if anything, Jordan Power, and we'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
Chamberlain was very calm, cool, collected. In the finals, there wasn't like this huge like bursts of energy back and forth. Like, it was pretty much like kind of reined in, which I think Logan's probably worked on a bunch, kind of just keeping emotions in check. What I feel like it would have been forgettable, because had Derek Holland won, I think it would have been his first singles title. Great. Yeah. Awesome. Like, he's been a relevant dude. Like, he's been around the, like, he hasn't really like knocked on the door that often, like, of winning singles, but we all know he's a very good player. It'd probably be one of his career. But because Logan won it, I just feel like now there's a new narrative of like, he can cross this off his list now.
Yeah.
Like, he's singles champion. He's no longer just a doubles guy. Like, and he's firmly like establishing himself as one of like the premier like ACL like players in the country, like by far.
I mean, finally, we've been waiting for it. We've been saying that he's top 5 talent.
We said since it was year 2 after their breaking out party, right? That it seemed like there was a changing of the tide, and Logan Chamberlain was kind of becoming like the alpha on that team. But like, let's wait.
Yeah.
And it just never looked back from there. Like, he's just been like getting better, and he's just maturing a little bit. And I think for a guy like that who kind of has his shit together for the most part, like, I mean, it's good. And I'm glad to see someone that puts in that much time is getting some like payout off of it.
For sure. No, I mean, it's kind of Mark Richards-esque, if you
For
will.
sure. Now, I will say there's a lot of chat, and I had just caught kind of like maybe like the last 3 quarters of the Jordan Power match.
Yeah.
Right. He was playing against Logan Chamberlain. And again, Chamberlain was fairly quiet. Like, he was just trying to stay calm, cool, collected. And Power was up early and was letting everybody know it. Like, just being how he was. Like, just not trash talking necessarily, but being a character, being outgoing. You build up that bravado and you take it all the way through. You know what I mean? You have the walk, and then you have Logan Chamberlain, who 2 bags in his hand, who knows he's a block guy,
He's a
right?
tactician, yeah.
But every time he's leaving a block, Jordan Powers is blasting right through it. Like, he's almost like he's giving him a target, and Jordan's just seeing it, that line just so nicely and just pulling through.
Yeah.
Where most of us, you put anything in front of the hole, there's that chance that you can kick off. Jordan just seemed like he had that shot locked in. So Logan just decides to go in with his last 2 bags. If that is not just a big fuck you to like your opponent, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
That's basically saying like, I don't think you're going to make a 4-bagger here, so I'm going to go ahead and put mine in and then take the win. Power had wide open board, last bag, and he just missed it. I mean, it happens to all of us, but like, it's a bad look when you're running your mouth a little bit early on and then you just don't back it up. Now, he played phenomenal all weekend. Obviously, you have to be really fucking good to win your bracket.
Yeah.
And his cornhole, the broadcast experience, I think, tends to be better when he's involved in it. But you got to take the lumps when they come. If you run your mouth, you know the chirping is going to come out. My suggestion is just don't say anything.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's all right, man. Like, you were good. You shook hands after the match and you walked away, and that's okay. You eat crow a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out and say that like it's only the people running their mouths that like can't win a blind draw. Like, don't do that. Like, don't. That's what makes you seem like an asshole.
Yeah.
You can just be a gracious loser. Go out and just thank, like Logan Chamberlain. You deserved it, man. Yeah, like I choked on the last shot. Like, awesome job.
Yeah.
Happy you won the whole thing. Walk off like that. Be the bigger man, and everyone forgets about it 3 days later.
100%.
But when you chirp,
then all of a sudden it becomes a thing.
and it stays a thing because somebody like that's not that into like social media goes on 4 days later,
Yeah.
and because that has like 27,000 posts on it, they're like, oh shit, that's going to come across their face, and then they're going to comment, and then one of their friends is going to see it. Just nonstop.
It'll
So
keep
it's just
popping back up.
just forget it. Just everything blows over.
It does.
Everything blows over.
Sure does. Just got to wait for it.
Remember the tough part of steak? I mean, shit, that was like
I know, like
a month ago. It's
don't
crazy.
even remember it.
All right, so let's pull up the results. So we already said the top 4. So Logan Chamberlain takes it down. He wins over Derek Holland. Derek Holland in the semifinals beat our dude Colin. Now, early in the match, Colin looked confident, man. He was throwing good bags, and he just does not have a slide shot.
He doesn't.
Everything hops.
Yeah.
And it's just really hard when you're facing a slide guy to be perfect. And
Yeah,
a round
you
limited
gotta-
forces you to be
You
perfect
got
every
to put
round.
a perfect block down.
But early on, he looked comfortable, man. Like he
Yeah.
was throwing well and he was up early. It was a back and forth match, and then he just had like that one round, and then again round limited. It always makes it look worse because you have to go chase points eventually.
Yeah.
And he just didn't. It just didn't have his shot. I mean, a few of. Listen, he had one airmail attempt where everything just like hung up, but he hit it clean, and I thought he was going to drag the other two. I'm excited to hear what his experience was like playing singles under the bright lights that affected, but for the most part, for it being the first time, he seemed about as calm as you can be.
Yeah.
We'll find out later if that was the case.
Yeah. See if he's, gotten out over the bug.
So other notable names: Jacob Gore takes second in his bracket, Ethan Walker, and Alex Rawls, who we literally just talked about.
We did.
Like not really being around all that much this
All of a
season.
sudden, he just makes an appearance like, hey,
Yeah.
guys, like, I'm still here.
For sure. Richard Nyberg, we've mentioned this name a few times.
Yeah.
I think we have. I'm going to reach out. Like I
Yeah.
think it's time. Like his name keeps popping up.
Had a nice weekend.
Yeah, he did. Second in his bracket. Third in the bracket, we had Hunter Thorson, Colin Power, Sammy Soto, and Jay Rubens, continuing his success in singles.
That he is.
Sammy Soto, another just solid season, man. He's just going to be really good for a long time if he decides he wants to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty much a given at this point.
He again, like in a lot of those Texas guys, that's what we're seeing. Just come be a pro, grind it out,
Yeah.
and you're just going to keep getting better from it. We've seen it from Logan. You know what I mean? Like I think
Everyone's got
Sammy,
it. Anyone in like from that area, they have a chance to win it at any given time because
Correct.
they're just that good.
Yep.
Iron sharpens iron, Sean.
For
Say it
sure.
all the time.
Moving on to doubles. I mean, it's really not a surprise at this point. Mark Richards and Tony Smith take down doubles. They beat out Team Titan, Cheyenne Bubenheim and Jordan Power, who have been knocking on the door like all season.
Yeah.
Hadn't quite won their bracket, but they finally take a step forward. I mean, they played as well as you can. Mark and Tony are just two phenomenal players, independent of each other.
Yes.
And then again, you put them in doubles and they're buddies now. And the chemistry is just unmatchable, it seems like. And they're just going to be a tough out, man.
For sure.
They really are. Third place overall, you had Jamie Graham and Jacob Trzynski. And then, again, winning their bracket, Devin Harbaugh and Jeremiah Ellis, just getting close. I mean, it seems like we have a big three for the most
For
part.
sure. Yeah, I mean, dude,
This
I
season.
think you kind of have to put in Power and Cheyenne as the fourth.
Yeah. I mean,
You kind of do.
if we're talking power rankings,
Yeah, I mean, they're right there at fourth or fifth. I mean, they have to be.
I still put Burton Jr., Logan Chamberlain at 4.
Okay, then I'd put them 5.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not. I'm not with. Now, like, again, this is like end of the season power rankings. I'm not. They've shown us enough to see that like they're a really good doubles team.
For sure.
They are, and it's not just round limited. Like they've done it in both formats. They might not have win their bracket, but they're second or
Yeah,
third.
they're
Like every
always,
single
we're reading
time.
off their name every time.
Every single time. So they're just professional players.
Yes.
They both do take this very seriously. And Jordan's like been very vocal about like how serious he takes this stuff.
Yeah.
And he's a good promoter of the game. So I'm happy to see them have some success.
For sure.
Jordan Kamba and Eric Sockline still
Look at that.
involved in the game, second
Just
in their bracket.
Blast from the past. Love
Second
it.
now moving as we get close to the Worlds, a team that again was on everybody's radar last year. I think that we maybe had a little baby step back, just not as much in our face this year. AJ Sims and Braden Wilson, last 2 tournaments, begin hotter.
Yep.
They're one of those teams
We all
that
know if Braden-
you're a bet, you can't even bet on them. But
I
God,
know.
like they feel like I just have this weird feeling they're going to do very well at Worlds.
Because you know what? If Braden clicks, game over. Because we know, what we're
He's
getting
just
with
a
AJ.
gamer, man. He just he's that kind of personality. I feel like when like the stage is the biggest, he tends to do well. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I tend to be very good at predicting stuff like this. I just have a very good feeling. AJ Sims and Braden Wilson seem like a very safe bet. I'll be interested. Now, again, I want to see the brackets come out. If they're in the same bracket as Smith and Richards, I might walk it back.
That
I
might be
reserve
the-
that right. But I expect AJ Sims and Braden Wilson to do very well at Worlds. A broadcast
There you go.
appearance.
Put the pressure on the young man.
Yeah, for sure. Second in the bracket, Justin Burton Jr., Logan Chamberlain, Spencer Fabianar, and Eric Davis. Now that is a nightmare team in round 4, like round limited stuff.
Yes, because if they're on, I mean, you're going to have just the hardest time scoring
I would say
points.
if they win their bracket, they are probably the toughest out for Mark and Tony,
I agree. Yeah.
right? Like
Because
in
they
the
can really
broadcast.
mess your day up.
Just because it's round limited and such weird stuff can happen, and Eric Davis just has this knack of just
Hitting that
being
big
able to
shot.
do it.
Yeah.
Third in the bracket, Austin Waskow and Quinn Reeves continue a very solid season. Bryce Forbes and Levi Haddock, Derek Holland and Alex Rawls, and then Jay Rubin and Ryan Trader. So again, teams all moving, trending in the right direction. Brett and Matt Guy were fourth in the bracket. All right. So women's singles. I want you to tell me what you asked before we started recording.
So Sam Finley takes it down.
Yep.
Cheyenne Bubenheim in second. And I just said, like, is it time to maybe not have Cheyenne on top anymore in the women's game?
And I believe my reply was, I think it's a very fair question.
Yeah.
I think Cheyenne is still on top, but I think that the enormous gap that we saw maybe a season or two ago has now dwindled to where it's very competitive. I still give Cheyenne the nod.
Yeah.
I still think you put her on the biggest stage. Her worst nightmare is to probably see someone like Sam Finley up there, just because Sam's been on the broadcast so many times.
Yeah, and it doesn't phase her at all.
I wouldn't think it's going to phase her less than I think some other people.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at head-to-head matchups, and I don't know if we can do this right now. I know there used to be that site where we could look this up. I'd be very interested to know what the head-to-head matchup all-time Cheyenne versus Samantha is.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Because I would be very interested to know, like, how close to 50-50 is it? Or do you think it's very top-heavy from all those years?
I definitely think it's weighted, but I would think it'd be more like 60-40.
Okay, fair enough. Sarah Cassidy continues to play very well. Riley Schaff is having a very solid season. Caitlin Allshouse continues to be in the mix. Elizabeth Tennyson's been having a very solid season. Gina Ramirez again. Very surprised that they weren't in doubles.
Maya up there again.
Yeah, correct.
Getting in there. Yeah, I mean, and for the record with Cheyenne, like, I agree. I just, like, her pedestal is shorter now. It's
100%.
Like we can't, like, think of her as, like, the elite women's player. They've all started to catch up pretty quickly.
Well, we've seen it this season.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not winning everything.
Exactly.
Again, things happen. Like, life comes on. You got a little baby, or doing what? I mean, you got other responsibilities. It all happens. You're not going to win every single tournament all the time.
For sure.
We're just not used to seeing it, like, be this long since we've seen her win.
Yeah. All right.
Let's keep going. Don't need to do that. So Sarah Cassidy and Elizabeth Tennyson, women's doubles teams, they take it down over Streaker and Finley. Again, both those teams, I think, are right up there. I mean, I don't think people want to admit it, but Lori Duel and Miranda Coy have won twice this year.
Yeah.
Like, you got to give them the props. And then the other team, again, obviously, is Bubenheim and Ramirez.
Gina. Yeah.
And then we're not even mentioning Belvin and Hunter.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think the women's doubles is going to be fun to see where it pans out.
Up.
Do you have a favorite in that, though?
For what? Women's
doubles, like just going into Worlds?
Ooh, that's tough. Going into Worlds, I mean, I do like Bubenheim and Ramirez.
It's hard not to.
Yeah. But if I'm going to go, like, maybe Belvin and Hunter.
That's kind of, yeah.
They don't have very far to travel, especially Hunter, right? Like, doesn't she live out that way? And yeah, Belvin, just when she locks in,
yeah, no, I agree.
She could be the best
woman
out there. And, like, Worlds just seems to be the stage where we see the best out of everyone. So, yeah, might be fun to see them.
I concur. All right.
Sweet.
All right, so we have one or two dramatic readings here. Like, pull this shit up.
Pull that shit up.
In a world where bean bags have brought men to their knees, social media serves as sanctuary for keyboard warriors. Time for the dramatic readings.
Addicted to Cornhole. This is Brian Colony. It's another signature event on another sub-platform of ESPN. I believe this marks the third or fourth time the sport has been changed as direct platform to be viewed. I hope people will vote with their wallets by not viewing it more and more. I love the game. But let's be real, the viewership side of it is a joke. There's a no, and I repeat, no money in it. So the fact it's difficult to view is insane. Why isn't it always in the same place and always viewable? This is how you establish a base, not by making it hard to find or have to pay on 3 to 4 different services. Get out of here. From one of the game's most avid followers / lovers, goodbye to trying to watch Cornhole. You have failed entirely.
I mean, that was a very dramatic finish.
So
we should have kept the piano going.
I've also find it frustrating. All right, I will admit that if there are streams going on that you can find it on ESPN Plus, which you have to have a subscription to. You have to pay for it. Or sometimes you can find it on like the ACL live streams.
Yeah.
I think it's gotten a little bit more concise because at one time they were doing like one court on TikTok live, another one on, like on Facebook, and one on ACL TV. And it was just kind of crazy. At one time they had 4 courts and it was all like on the ACL TV app or whatever. And you just pick the court, and I kind of liked it. Now the product itself was garbage.
Yes. I mean,
But
it
the
would
sentiment
buffer all the time.
Correct. But the
Yeah.
sentiment of it was awesome. I loved being able to go on demand, pick my court and go. But they've gone away from that.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I don't get why they bailed on it so fast. Like, you can perfect things. Like, the first year you launch is never going to be great.
I think that when it was time for them to re-up an ESPN contract, I think ESPN presented it and be like, listen, you owe us this many hours. The only way you're going to be able to do it, you're not getting primo broadcast. So you have to fill this amount of time.
Yeah, with
like
the
to,
online
like to kind of
platforms.
fit that.
But why can't they broker a deal to have both?
I don't think that they have the negotiating power right now. And I listen, Brian, I read a lot of the comments back and forth, right? And I get his sentiment. He's basically saying like, if the league is not making any sort of money off these ESPN broadcasts, like
Why
from
even bother?
ESPN, like why even bother doing it?
I mean, for sure, I agree with the point, because I really thought by now that
I-
we would have been outside of that and like online based, which it needs to be. Everyone can watch anything online on their TV now. So just get a platform and do it that way. Do it
Okay,
yourself.
so my answer has changed a little bit over time, only because, I mean, shit, we've been doing the show for 6 years.
Yeah.
And over the course of 6 years, I went from watching like primarily like cable television type stuff, maybe some streaming service, to where I don't watch anything cable unless it's sports.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly on YouTube and streaming stuff like that. That's all I'm doing.
yeah.
So I think that the way the ACL looks at it, despite what you want to say about like the viewership and stuff, ESPN is still by far the #1 sports platform in the world. On any given day, especially when you were on their main page, you're going to get 100,000 minimum, right?
Yeah.
That's it. You got to think there's 100,000 bars across the country that just have ESPN up on their TV all day, regardless of changing the channel.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot. ESPN2, I would say there's probably 60% of that, maybe 40% of that. And then when you go to the ESPN Plus, again, you got to go searching for that kind of stuff. So I get it. But eyeballs on the sport as a whole, it legitimizes it in the eyes of people who have no idea what the fuck is going on. Now, some people are going to watch it and be like, look at these fucking losers throwing cornhole board. Like, this is a real thing. But there's going to be some people that watch this be like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, what can I find out? Oh, this is a real thing. Like, oh, I can go find out about it in my league. Like, going back to like that grassroots, like this does do that. This does cast the widest net possible, besides being very active on social media. You can post your live streams on social media. No one's going to fucking see it unless they follow you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. If they would ever want to do their own platform,
I think the ACL missed their
you need to
mark.
bolster up your
Are you
social
familiar with
media.
like Wendy's social media?
Oh yeah, hilarious.
Now, okay, so I don't think they need to go that hard in the paint, but I really think early on the ACL would have benefited from somebody behind there that was quick-witted and could just come back with like not harsh comebacks, but like stand up for yourself kind of
Yeah.
thing, but be funny with it. Realize the fact that we're throwing beanbags at a board. I think early on that could have brought in a lot of attention just for people to follow the page. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, these guys are on fucking ESPN. Oh, this is a real thing. Like, that's when it starts to become legitimate. So like social media helps cast the net to a certain market of individuals, depending on how you're attacking it. I'll be interested to see if they change their format. It seems like they have a little bit. They were going for the fun viral videos for a while. I think they saw that it was missing their target audience for the most part. But I don't know. I get where he's coming from, but I do think that right now it's as frustrating as it is. Again, we're in the infancy. So if you really love the game, you're willing to be like me and go to a Facebook page, search a post, find out where it's being aired, and then go there. I'm willing to put in like the extra 2 minutes of hard work in quotes, right? To figure it out.
Sometimes it's impossible to find.
Now, if your qualm is like, I don't want to pay for another subscription, I get it. I 100% get it. Nothing you can do about that. I
Yeah.
mean, that's some people are, but people are willing to pay for it. So if there's people willing to pay for it, no good company in the world is ever going to do it just for free.
Yeah.
Just,
No,
I mean, it still is a business of some sort.
And also it's still cool that it's on ESPN.
And remember, the ACL, if you want these guys to like get bigger payouts, the company itself needs to bring in more money. The more money they can bring in from sponsorship, the way you get that is by casting a large net and being like, hey, we reached this many people. We went from 2024 to 2025. Look how many increased viewers we have. Look how many people are playing cornhole now. Like that's what they're going to use directly in these marketing meetings. So,
yeah, for sure. I mean, it is a tough
keeping
question.
you up here, man.
Yeah, just
Long
gearing
day.
up, man.
All right.
Yeah,
I think I got one more.
getting the bad juju out.
All right, I got one. This is from Holly Ray. They want to ban my 9-year-old son for having 2 Scoreholio accounts. Call him a sandbagger and a cheater. Have enough nerve to tell me to stop posting posts. You hurt my kid and my family, and you want me to stop making these posts? Not. All right, so from my background information, I understand that she's been making several posts on Addicted to Cornhole out there.
Yeah.
And she was basically calling out Great Shots and the Garage Bar. All right, apparently there's 2. We know of Great Shots. They're in Michigan. So I'm assuming all this is going down in some Michigan area. Now, we have a lot of Michigan listeners. So if we're getting any of this incorrect, just message us. We'll rectify the situation in that. From what I'm understanding is it sounds like this young dude, and I don't know if he's good or not, had 2 Scoreholio accounts. I don't know why. I don't know if these leagues have a hard, steadfast rule where if you have 2 Scoreholio accounts, you're banned. He's 9.
Yeah.
My thing is like even if he's really fucking good, you saying that he can't come to an event is kind of like it's kind of a shitty thing
For sure.
And one of them had been like inactive because somebody looked up on Scoreholio. One of them had been inactive forever. Now I know a bunch of people were saying like just go delete the other account and like then he can't be banned anymore. She was reporting that she tried deleting it and it wasn't possible. So I'm saying, Ben, if you're listening to this, can we help this lady out? Her name's Holly Ray. I'm sure you're probably even aware of this situation. They probably tagged Scoreholio. But yeah, let's just figure the situation out.
I vaguely remember
again
reading
the last thing. Go ahead.
Like I remember reading her post earlier, like an earlier post than that.
Okay,
and it sounded to me like she had made a Scoreholio account like in his name, like with her information.
Oh, I gotcha.
And then she created a new one with all of his stuff
yeah.
so that he could like take winnings and shit.
Yeah, again, he's fucking 9.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
want my 9-year-old probably wouldn't have their own accounts.
No, so like I mean. Yeah, I thought it was weird that she like created his own for like, I don't know if it was for winnings or anything, but like maybe just so she wasn't playing under his name or anything at tournaments and ruining the score or something. Maybe
probably something like that.
So yeah, I think
now again, let's walk both sides of this.
Yeah,
let's take Great Shot side. Now, what if the kid's a shithead? What if he's just a terror? Nobody wants to play with them.
More to the story, like if he can't handle losing or something like that, like
correct.
Which I've witnessed that, like in my own nieces and nephews. So like, yeah, I mean, I get that.
So that's what I'm saying.
Especially
So
at 9.
if there's more to the story, that's what I would like to know.
Yeah.
Because it feels like there's more to the story than just him having 2 accounts. It seems very easy to latch onto one little nugget of truth and make that the big, bold like argument when there's a whole bunch of spots where we can punch holes in it.
Yeah.
So I just want to find out if what she's saying is the whole thing, it seems like it should be rectified and like maybe everyone's overreacting.
Yeah.
But if there's other stuff to it, I think it's fair for everyone to know. Just don't paint one color. But I'm sure he's a really nice kid. So, all right.
Sure. Oh, I'm sure.
Want to cue that rap horn?
Do I ever?
Do it. All right, you can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X at Big Asp Cornhole.
And Facebook at Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Thanks again to Draggin Bags.
Yes, they're the best guys.
They make us look dapper. You can go look dapper too over at DragginBags.com. Drop code BIGASP12 at checkout. It's going to save you money over at DragginBags.com.
And if you're looking to support the show, you can do so over at patreon.com/BigAssCornhole. The link will be right in the right below in the show description. For the price of beer a month, you can help support the show. We have a few different tiers of different stuff you get. We're going to be doing a happy hour. Gotta do one soon before vacation and stuff.
Definitely have to.
Yep.
Yes.
So so we'll be doing a happy
do
hour
one
soon.
on vacation since we're not going to record. We'll just
That would be
throw it up on the lap or on the iPad. And
I think we're gonna bring this stuff to record. I think though while we're there, we almost have to.
Yeah, because honestly, we got to get Kenny on.
We have to.
Yeah.
And Michelle, we have to.
Yeah, they really should be like, and we can feature Chrissy again.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
But again,
and
every
Chrissy.
character that we know and we've brought on, everyone's loved.
It's gonna be there.
So, like,
yeah, for sure.
I mean,
It's gonna be fun.
Tyler will be back.
Just a round table.
Robbie will be there.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
we
right, we're
have to.
definitely bringing our
Yes,
stuff. on.
yeah. So
You
you
guys
get
are in
bonus
for a
stuff like
treat.
that. So that's the kind of interviews we post for bonus content. You also get the video versions of our stuff. We do bag of ways periodically, stuff like that.
I think we're gonna have all of them recap worlds when we're out there.
That would be kind
Right?
of fun.
I think
A
it'd
little
be
bonus
hilarious.
episode for sure. But yeah, so go to patreon.com/bigasscornhole, and we appreciate all the support. And if you're listening on Apple Podcast, if you don't mind dropping a review, it would greatly help the show. We're trying to get more traffic to the show. So if you are a fan of the show and you like listening to it and you're listening on Apple, right below it says leave a review. Just drop 5 stars because you love us and we love you and we greatly appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoy the episode. Hope you guys enjoy the interview coming up with ACL pro Colin Hodet. He's a stud. I'm excited to talk to him, and I'm really excited for this draft.
Hell yes. It's gonna be a good one.
I can't wait. All right, but you have to wait to hear what it's about. All right. As always, we hope you throw it straight. That's nothing but 4 baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later. Well, hey guys, we're back.
Hey.
We're joined by one of our favorite dudes in the whole wide world, big ass team member, Mr. Colin Hodet. What's going on, man?
What's going on, dude?
Nothing,
Not much.
man. Okay, so first of all, congratulations. You had one hell of a weekend, brother.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
So what was it? Just walk us through. What was the experience like?
It was awesome. I've been shooting good pretty much all year. I've been feeling good all year, but it felt good to finally shoot good and it actually means something.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it was an impressive way to win your bracket because you earned it. You know what I mean? Like you had to go over Jamie Graham. You know what I mean? Come back with a little vengeance, and that was nice.
Yep. That felt good.
So what was okay? I have to ask. When Jamie shorted that last bag, what was going through your head?
I was like, as soon as I missed that roll, I'm like, oh man, yep, it's over. It's just over.
It wasn't an easy shot though, but
it wasn't. But I'm like, if anybody's gonna hit it, it's definitely.
that's kind of the thought I think all of us had. You don't see him miss it very often, like on a broadcast, stuff like that. So,
and I was so thankful. As soon as he did it, I was like, oh, all that weight just lifted off my shoulders.
did that give you a little boost?
Yeah, I did. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I definitely can get it done.
For sure. So what was it like being on the broadcast, singles, first time under the lights?
As soon as I walked out there, I'm like, man, this is what I've been dreaming of. This is what, as soon as I started this was my goal.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm finally here. It felt amazing. The nerves were there, but I was also very excited to show what I could do.
That's kind of the vibe I got from you. Like I said earlier, I didn't. I'm sure you were nervous, but you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't really show it that much, and you came out strong too. Like you had a very good first few rounds. Like it was nice to see.
Yeah, I did end up having to switch bags for the broadcast.
Yeah. What was with that?
Because Derek was a higher seed, so he had the dark jersey and the dark bags. I couldn't wear a dark jersey and throw dark bags as well.
I did not know that they made you a lighter, and I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to wear my light jersey and throw my red bags instead.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm also comfortable with those, but obviously I wasn't throwing them all weekend, so it's still no excuse. But it just they weren't playing the same.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
Now same series of bags though.
Yeah, same series. Those ones were just a little bit more broken in, so they weren't rolling as good.
And are you throwing? What do you throw? The Guardian L's or
the Guardian H's?
H's.
Okay.
Yep.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
I mean, with his throw,
Is that why?
Makes sense.
Why is it just? Do they just bounce more?
When they break in, they still get floppy.
Okay.
But with the L's, you can't really hold on to them as well.
Yeah.
I like the H's, so I still get that.
You want a little girth in the bag.
Yep.
Dude, that's what I'm telling
Yeah.
you. Dude, ever since I really changed my grip and everything, and I throw a flatter bag, I actually feel like I can throw a tighter, spinning bag if the bag's a little chunkier. I don't know, it just comes out of my hand flatter.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I'm also not as consistent or as accurate as you guys, so like my bag tend to clog.
Yeah.
Or I just tend to miss it just slightly right or just slightly. Ask Kistner, he'll tell you. Like he loves me playing against me.
Yes, just
So,
leaves little bumpers all day.
All day, yeah. And he just fucks with me all day. So it's fun. That's why I stopped playing.
That's why he stopped playing. But I mean,
sure.
I figure, like, I assume that you have large hands, right?
Oh, fairly large, I'd say.
Yeah. So, like, that's why I like a chunkier bag.
Okay, I just didn't know where you're going
like,
with
yeah,
this. but
I'm
all
just
right.
saying, like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
I was,
I know,
well
I get where you're coming from with the tighter spin,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
back in the day when you were throwing like those, like,
super
those
floppy.
copycats,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
or not
the
the copy,
frictions.
yeah, the frictions, yeah, dude, like, I could never hold those things. They felt so small in my hand.
Yeah.
Now that's a complete difference from our favorite like OG bag,
Yeah.
because that was the world's smallest template.
Yeah.
But I think it was because I could literally palm that whole thing
So
and throw it. Like, it was just so
that's the
fucking
thing.
small,
If it's a
like-
small template and most of the bag fits in my hand, I'm okay. But when it gets
Yep.
super floppy and it's hanging over,
Yeah.
I just feel like every time I go to release the bag, it's not consistent. And I feel like it tugs out of my hand differently, just slightly. I mean, I'm talking
Yep.
fractions of an inch, but when you're trying to push a bag, that matters all the fucking
does.
world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's why I now every once in a while I get drunk. And everything just happens the fucking same, and you lock in, and I can get on a
Oh,
heater,
yeah.
but then
Yeah.
I miss one fucking bag, and I can never quite find it again. I'm gone, and I'm
Yeah.
done. I'll
Yeah.
look at my partner. I'm like, I'm sorry.
over.
We
Yeah.
had a great run,
Yeah,
but
this is-
whatever
this
magic
is
was there,
where
it's
the
done.
train stops.
Yeah, correct.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, correct.
Give it a good couch try.
And you're throwing Brotherhood. How's that been so far this year?
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Seems like everyone that reps Brotherhood is very much like in a brotherhood.
Hey, good people.
Good people.
Yeah, we're all tight knit. We all support and cheer for each other
Were you the first Brotherhood thrower in singles this year?
on TV.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think you were.
do believe so. Yep.
I was trying to remember. I was quickly trying to run through
Congratulations.
everyone else. I thought you were
Hell
brother.
yeah.
Okay, that's good. 'Cause I was trying to
I'm
remember.
glad to
I-
get the name out there.
Yeah, for sure. How's the team stuff been this year?
It's been going good. I played doubles with Ethan for the first part
Okay.
of the year, and we did amazing. But then he switched me to singles these last two nationals,
Okay.
and I've been killing it.
Okay.
I-
Sweet.
And I've been killing
I
it.
thought-
Yeah, I love singles.
I thought you were going to go the other way. The fact that you were overly confident, I love that.
Yeah, and
the
I've
best.
just been really good.
I've just been loving playing.
I'm just not used to being able to say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Like, I love the confidence. You don't hear that very often from like
Oh, fuck
cornhole
that.
players. Be
It's
like,
great.
yeah, you know, like I've been on a good run. No, you're just like, nah, I've been really killing
Murdering
it. Yeah,
folks,
just
like,
like
just
they hate to see me
annihilating.
coming.
Do you like round limited?
I honestly, going into the weekend, I wasn't thrilled
Okay.
to play round limited, but it's not too bad. It just takes a different mindset.
I just feel like historically speaking, round limited, like dirty bag players have done well in round limited because you guys have the ability to score bags in bunches, or I guess
Right.
not necessarily dirty bag, but people that don't mind when the board gets messy and have a shot to like create points when another
Yeah,
guy
you
can't.
could just very
Right.
consistently do it.
So what did you going into when you figured out like, all right, I got to play Derek?
Yep.
Is that somebody? Do you like going against a slide shot, like one trick pony kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Normally, I just try to bag race with them.
Okay.
I don't know. That was just my goal all weekend, was just to put every bag in the hole.
Okay. Which is so
I
crazy
didn't
because like
really
you don't
wanna-
throw a slide shot, you like
Right.
bounce it in. Like you, I feel
Yeah.
like you have to be so much more accurate.
Yeah, I have to hit a certain spot on the board, or else it's gonna kick on me.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
that's crazy.
Because guess what? It does for me too, and that's usually why I like suck because I just keep hitting low. And it just
I will
keeps
say,
shooting.
for the most part, it seemed like the broadcast boards were playing like a good speed for everybody. Like no
They were
one,
playing good.
yeah, it seemed like no one was like losing bags off the back. No one just was, throwing stick side down for, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it seemed like everything was very manageable.
Yeah, they were playing perfect out. Honestly, weren't too sticky, weren't too fast.
Okay. And what do you think about like so? Your thoughts on like some of the changes that were announced for like next year going forward?
Here.
Yeah, like where do you
I like-
where do you sit right now? Would you qualify right now for next year?
Right now, I'm pretty sure I would. I'm
Okay.
at 33rd right now before
Okay.
this season. Before this,
Yeah, you should for sure.
and I should be up there maybe mid low 20s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should be well inside. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man, that's awesome.
that's fucking great.
Now are you planning on sticking with it then?
Yes.
Okay.
I plan on sticking with it as long as I can.
So
Nice.
I think, all right. So I feel like you're like a perfect dude to ask. This has been your first year as an ACL pro. I feel like in general, you guys like the ACL pro group gets a lot of slack from people, like people saying like, it's just not worth it. Like, what has been your overall experiences like being a pro so far?
Well, if it's like for the money wise, obviously it's definitely, it takes a chunk out of you.
Yeah.
It's if you're going for the money and you don't have a lot of sponsors and stuff like that, then I can see how it's like not quite worth it.
Yeah.
For some people that are just chasing the money, right? Because you have to be placing in the top 5 in your bracket to be cashing in at least a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's definitely hard to cash in at every one of these events when everybody's playing their best.
Yeah.
But from a different standpoint, if you love playing the game and you want to just try to be the best, I think it's plenty worth it for people that are just wanting to play and have that competition. I've always wanted to become a pro and just play with the best in the world. That was my goal.
Is this a viable long-term option?
Long-term option right now, I would probably say not.
Okay. And how old are you again? Are you like 21?
I'm 20.
Okay, you're 20. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, though, I've said it before. If I was 20 years old, had this opportunity to go around, travel the country, and play, I would definitely do it too.
For sure. 100%.
Like,
You have time and time again. Yeah, you have plenty of time to like.
And you went to
adult,
school?
Like,
did you go to school?
Fun.
Yep, I went to school. I graduated high school.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I didn't go to college.
So what if cornhole doesn't work out? What are your plans after that?
My plans after that, right now, not really too sure.
Okay.
If I didn't requalify for this next season, I was planning on probably going to college and doing like something with like creating videos and stuff like that, like video editing. But since I requalified for next year, I'm gonna put all my focus into that again.
Okay. So betting on yourself.
Yep.
All right, Nate. Might as well.
Absolutely.
You can make the biggest investment in yourself anyway. So, and it's been working out so far.
Yeah. Thankfully.
I mean, and again, a lot of times people talk about like a sophomore slump, but not necessarily. A lot of times in cornhole, like we start to see you climb up a few ranks. Like you don't necessarily like burst out on the scene, but like let's say you finish the season 30th, like next year you're like 23rd.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we've kind of seen with Ethan Walker.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like slowly
a lot of it's
climb
about
his way
comfortability.
up.
Once you get to those later games, like after you become comfortable winning 3-4 games in a row, it's those last couple rounds to win your bracket that like really.
Oh yeah,
you have to learn how to do it at the pro level because it's a whole different ball game once you reach because you're hitting all pros that are. Any given day, it's a 50-50 shot, and they're also having a day. So, like, you just kind of battle the best.
As a pro, like, does getting a win over somebody like Jamie Graham, like in that situation, like, do you carry that forward? Like, does that add to the confidence, like, in your abilities?
It definitely does. It definitely does. It makes me feel better about playing all those top guys that I have a chance against anybody now.
I mean, I think you've shown that, you can beat anyone. Honestly, like cornhole's cool because like you can just have it. It can just be gone. So like, that's what I've always admired guys like Jamie Graham and now guys like Richards and Tony Smith, who just like, they're always in the mix, man. Like, and it's just so hard to be on all the fucking time against the other people who are also trying to be on. It's crazy. Like how, like coordinated you have to be, you know what I mean? Like it really is a skill to be able to do it that long. And you guys are playing like long, grueling hours too. So it's super, it is super impressive. Like
it is super impressive. Those guys are crazy good. And it's super impressive that they're always at the top.
Well, and the people that are online and they're always chirping about, people like, dude, go to a tournament, try to play like 8, 9, or like lose your first round and try to climb through the winner's bracket or loser's bracket. You know what I mean? And you're playing 11 straight games, no fucking break for 7 hours straight.
One after another.
Yeah, dude, like you're going to be dead tired. You know what I mean? Sure. Like 27 feet doesn't sound a long time, but when you're doing it 1,000 times that day, you know what I mean? Like it adds up pretty fucking quick.
Last I checked, NASCAR is just driving a car.
Yeah, correct. For sure. So we had some listener questions. Let me pull these up.
I'll pull them up too, man.
You're a popular dude.
You are popular.
All right, so Somebody wants me to ask you about your poker skills. Have they improved since the last time we talked?
They have improved a little bit.
All right, good. All right, we're learning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they're all the way there yet, but a little bit of improvement.
Owen Merrill, I just like this question.
Yeah.
What's it like living in Canada but claiming it's Vermont?
It's great.
It's
Dual
great.
citizenship.
It's very beautiful up here.
All right, so I did like this one. Justin Hartram wants to know, how long did it take to perfect your roll shot?
So I wanted to start rolling after watching Tony. Tony was my real inspiration around the shot. After watching him on TV and doing it and stuff, I really wanted to learn it. So I took a whole summer. After every day, I'd go out in the yard and practice for like 6-7 hours a day, just trying to perfect it.
Damn.
It was brutal. It was brutal trying to figure it out because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't really get any help. I knew the exact the motion. I knew what I needed to do. It was just trying to do it. And it took a whole summer, but after that summer, I had it down a little bit, and then it just took all those extra games.
So it's just thousands of reps.
Thousands
and thousands of reps.
Well, they said 10,000 hours. You
Something like that.
Become a master of anything.
Yeah, something pretty much like that. Lewis Ryan wants to know, ask him if he has a video on how he rolls his bags. Have you made a tutorial yet?
I have not, but it is in the progress.
Definitely do it. We can help you with this, so definitely do that. Tim wants to know, where's his favorite barn to play in? Also, who's probably going to be better long term, Money Myron or Cash Chamness?
Definitely Money Myron.
I don't know who that is.
He's a local guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good.
And, yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay.
He's still learning.
Okay. Fair enough.
And Tim, I go to Tim's barn here and there to practice and stuff.
So there was an agenda behind that, Tim. We see this. All right.
Shout out to the barn.
Tornado wants to know, who do you like better, Tornado or Lady Tornado?
I like them both the same. They're both great people.
Oh, you cop out. We all like Lady Tornado better. We all know it's fine.
We can all say
Lady Tornado. We're answering that for him. All right. So we already answered this, Alex. Why did you throw the Red Guardians instead of the Missouri Mazes?
Yeah.
So I did want to just mention, Rick Coy asked if the Roll Queen was your inspiration. We know it's not. You already told us.
Yeah. Tony.
Now, my question is, do we have the Roll King and Roll Queen both show how they throw roll bag and make a dual video?
I mean, they're both sponsored players of us.
Pretty
That'd
sweet. That would be dope.
Hey, that would be pretty sweet.
Be easy.
We could do that.
All right. We'll figure something out.
That'd be sweet.
We'll put you people in touch. Brian Edward wants to know, what's the craziest shot you've ever hit?
Craziest shot?
Yeah.
Oh, like in a game? Or
Yeah.
in general?
I guess in a game.
In a game? Oh, man. I don't know. Probably that airmail. I want to say that situation against Trey, the last signature.
Yeah.
To get that 5 spot right back. That airmail drag was pretty sweet. Like the whole situation was crazy.
I mean, I do think that plays into a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, situation for sure.
It might have not been the craziest shot, but the situation and how I hit it was kind of crazy.
Maxwell wants to know, what felt different this time that obviously sparked one of your deeper runs? Did anything feel different this weekend?
I just felt so fluent in everything. All my mechanics were working. Everything came together.
Did you eat anything different for
Something just
breakfast? Were you drinking anything different throughout the day? Did you go for a jog that morning? What something different?
No, honestly. I just came into the day feeling confident that I was throwing good. Honestly, the weekend before when I went to the Wuhole Regional.
Yeah.
And you might have seen it. Tornado posted it. I made 60 bags in a row in the game. And that really sparked it.
Okay.
I think that regional really helped me get that confidence. I don't know what it was. I just felt amazing.
Let's play a hypothetical game. Davin wants to know, do you think if you thought about it, if it wasn't round limited going again, you want that match back against Derek?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do. I definitely want that match back. If it wasn't round limit, I feel like I could have crawled my way back into that one.
Oh, for sure.
Started out a little shaky, trying to get used to like the broadcast.
But how nice was it getting 2 points that first round though?
2 points was that was awesome. I'm like, please don't front board, don't like side rail your.
Yeah.
You just don't do that.
Correct. Getting 2 points that first
I got
round.
that 4-bagger, and I I was sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Hands are working.
Yeah.
Hands are working.
Yeah.
Good job, boys. Let's do it again.
All right. So Maddie wants to know, what's your secret to remaining consistent, confident, and calm? He said your semifinal match was amazing to watch. Not the results you wanted, but the focus was amazing.
Honestly, just telling yourself that you were there for a reason, and there was a reason why you made it that far.
Oh, for sure.
And just betting on yourself and your mechanics, just knowing that you can prove to yourself that you can do it. Like I knew I could do it because I just did it on Friday, and I just felt good. Confidence was there.
Jocelyn wants to know, ask him if he had a good time and how was the ambiance of the Drummondville Open in Canada?
Oh, that Open was amazing.
Oh yeah,
all
okay.
the Canadian Opens are crazy.
Well, it's like
all the
cheating.
people
You
are
have dual
so nice.
citizenship, so
nice people, and they all root for me every time I'm up there. They're just all great people.
Oh yeah. And I absolutely love this question. I know you know which one I'm talking about.
I know exactly which
Trenton, this is a tip of the cap to you because you know us very well, and I love you dearly. If all animals were the same size, which would win in a fight? Now, somebody in the questions asked, but what size would the animals be? I do think that's a valid thing.
Yes.
If we're all making them, let's say, like the size of an average dog, right? And all animals, I think it's one way, right? But like, would it change if they were huge?
Yeah,
like,
they're
all the size of elephants.
I mean, you figure like then they would be like, does their strength multiply the bigger they get or the smaller they get?
I think it would still be like an elephant. If they were the size of a dog, they would still be way stronger than a dog, right?
Yeah, but then the thought is like, if you shrink a gorilla down to the size of a house cat,
right,
is that actually a fight because the house cat's just as big and like can be faster?
Well, that's the question. Like, so what is the alpha like predator?
So all right, I think we assume that there's like,
let's pick the size.
Yeah, I think all right. So I like the idea of making them small. Like let's make them like chipmunk size. All right, so we can
so
like have a battle arena like right in front of us. So we don't have to.
I like this even better.
All right, so real small, and then like I think like animals of that size would be dominant in that realm.
No, so so like you figure put a chipmunk or a mouse or something like that. Yes, they got claws and like teeth and stuff, but like you have, let's say you put a gorilla that size, it's still gonna be like able to like throw this fucking mouse around.
Its hands
Imagine
are only
the gorilla the size of us. It's still ragdolling
I understand
us.
that, but what I'm saying is like their hands are still only the same size as like their hands, so like they don't have that advantage of being like bigger and stronger necessarily. So like if something's faster, I think that could take the cake in a situation.
So you're
like
telling
this.
me if you shrunk down a gorilla to the size of a chipmunk,
I'm trying to think differently than everyone else that's just assuming a gorilla would just ragdoll a chipmunk. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I think if you shrunk down a gorilla to the size of a chipmunk, I think that you assuming that the strength of the gorilla is not astronomically smaller than that of a chipmunk.
I think crazy. I think you're underestimating because like the speed thing is where I think the difference is because a gorilla's.
You didn't say anything about speed.
No, but I did. I mentioned like that's what I keep saying. Like I think the faster animals at that size because a gorilla, yes, like at its normal size is fairly fast. You shrink it down, it's not. Those little chipmunks and shit, they're fucking fast as shit already.
I mean,
at that size. So
I like a tiger that size to fuck anything up.
Yeah, because I mean, you think like it could move just as fast as a like. Exactly. That's the line I'm thinking. I don't think like the strength dominance is a thing.
I was just using gorilla as an example. It's not like but I do think like something like a big cat would probably be
that's kind of.
But it's also interesting. Like, what could an elephant could it fend off? They're all the same size. I mean, I feel like probably not. Because if you think the tiger is the same size as an elephant,
exactly,
that tiger is mauling an elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have a gorilla the same size as an elephant fighting a tiger, I like his chances more than an elephant would.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So like, it's the same principle of thinking if they're huge, if they're tiny.
Yes, they're just all the same size and relevancy. But I think the shrinking down does have an influence on the speed that, like, I don't know. In my mind, it does.
I mean, what? Okay, then like, would an ant win just because like pound for pound it's gonna be like the strongest thing if you make it that big?
It very well could.
Right?
Who
I mean,
knows?
Colin, do you have any input on this? I know, like, I'm just like throwing random shit out here.
Yeah.
I think all like water animals are done. Like you can't.
Yeah, water animals are definitely done.
Is there anything else?
Shark that size?
I don't know
Scary.
if there's anything else.
Like a wolf?
I mean, what about a bird?
Bird.
I feel like it's cheating almost.
You just have like a tiny like eagle just swooping down, but it's the same size as
Slashing
them,
them to
just
pieces.
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like that could be
I just be able
detrimental
to just
too.
pick it up and just like drop it.
It's got to land.
You see, you can't pick up something the same size as it though.
Yeah.
But its claws would be this like the size of its face that could do some serious damage. It could just
It's true.
come down and dive bomb you and
That's true.
fuck your day up.
Yeah, correct. And like birds are scary as shit. Like
For
even like
sure.
the tiny little ones. We have ones that are like in a bird feeder that my mother-in-law hung up on
Yeah.
her front porch. If I step out of my front porch, those things are getting out, like puffing their chest at me, like flying all. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this is my fucking house. I'm letting you live there. I'm like, I'm gonna burn this thing one day, and then we'll see who's laughing at that's tweeting at who.
You know, works great against like birds of all kinds.
Firecrackers.
Pitching wedge.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I had to kill one on a golf course once.
Oh, there you go.
Goose attacked me. Sorry.
Oh man,
P wedge was
You
in my
killed it?
hand. I
you
just
killed a goose?
Was this in college?
just before college, yes.
Okay, so I remember
It
you
was that
telling-
hickory nut.
we were sitting at Brian. I know this is a little off story. We were sitting at Brian Ferris' couch.
Yeah.
And you told him that story.
Yeah.
And he like instantly had a flashback. He's like, I was mauled by geese when I was little. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I fell into a goose pen. I'm like, where the fuck did you live? That You
Yeah.
guys had a goose pen.
It was Bermuda.
Yeah, Bermuda. Apparently they have pet geese there and shit. Like he fell in, he got mauled. Yeah. He was trying to show us scars.
Man.
I'm like, I don't think they were there, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it is kind of brutal. But that was I love that question. I'm gonna go with like large cat would probably take it down, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think
I just can't go away like if you're
really-
making a tiger the
I
size of
really-
an elephant.
I mean, I'm also thinking of like the nastiest like small animals too. Like,
That's true.
I mean, like a mongoose would be pretty terrifying.
Like a wolverine or something
yeah,
like that.
something like that would be pretty.
Can you imagine like a
pretty
Komodo
gnarly.
dragon.
I mean, even like a wolf, like the canine version.
What about a hippo?
hippos? Could be. I mean, they have the hide, and they're pretty fast on
That's what I'm
land
saying.
already.
They're-
They
I
could
mean,
fuck someone's.
It could
day
take
up
a
the
few
same
bites.
size.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Take some
Snapping
damage to
turtle.
it.
But
And
my
if
thing
it
is
gets-
this like an ongoing tournament, or is this a free for all?
That's true. A turtle's got self defense.
Yeah, just can turtle
Yeah.
up and just be like.
For sure.
So a free for all turtle might take it just
Like a
lasting
snapping
longer
a
than
giant
everyone.
snapping turtle. Can you imagine
Yeah,
that
that
thing?
would
Yeah.
be
It
pretty
could just
crazy.
stay in and like just latch out and just like it's just
Yeah.
done. Like you wouldn't even know it hit you. Oh, that's
I
a
mean,
great
see, look at
conversation.
all right. So we could get real weird. Let's keep going. I mean, duck-billed platypus, same size as everything. It does have venom. I'm just kidding. That's not really it's
Is
not
it-
going to hurt anything. But they are venomous.
Are they really?
They
I
are.
had no idea.
They are.
Are they just like dirty or something? Is that what like? It's not
No,
actually-
no. They actually like produce venom.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm very excited for this draft.
It's gonna be a good one.
So,
What's our order?
all right. So we'll figure that out. We'll come back.
So then, all right. My next question is,
Yes.
Actually, announce what the draft is.
Okay.
for the
So
people.
the draft for this week is going. We are crafting, if you will, a all-time greatest like pitchers, like our pitching rotation. We're gonna have 4 starters and then 1 closer.
Gotcha.
Right? Is that
Yeah.
what we decided yesterday? So 4 star. We're each gonna, now. You do not have to draft the 4 and then end with the closer. You can draft your closer at
That
any
was my
point
next
you want.
question. All right.
At any point you
Okay.
want. These have to be real athletes. They cannot be fictional athletes.
Okay.
Besides that, I think it's up for, I've like as we always have, it'll be up to the panel if there's any questions up after that.
So
Okay.
it's just starters,
So what's that
just like any sport, or is it
for
just
for
baseball?
pitch? Yeah, for baseball.
Yeah, baseball. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep. So we'll pause just for a second. We'll get our list together and we'll be right back with the draft order and all that stuff.
Sweet.
All right.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
All right, and we are back. All right, so Dane, you had a we're gonna record our draft process here this time. So
For sure.
go ahead. What's the random question you're gonna ask us?
So the random question is, what year was the sport High founded?
What is high lie? You gotta give us some description.
High is that sport in India with the long curled thing that they hurl that
it's
rock
like the
against the wall.
Fastest, like ball
Most dangerous sport,
right?
yeah, fastest, most dangerous ball sport in the world.
Okay, what year was that? What year did that start? Not a professional league. Just the first year.
Yeah,
they
I'm just gonna say like first year that they say it was played.
Shit.
Wow, this is brutal.
Right?
I was not expecting this.
Okay.
That's why it's a random question.
Yeah,
Nobody
I don't
knows
know.
the
Yeah,
answer
no
to
one knows
this,
the answer.
so
You could be. I mean,
we're just gonna.
okay.
Okay. I got mine.
I had a High beer the other day,
All right.
so that's why I thought.
Do we
of it.
want to write down our answers or something?
I don't have anything to write down, but I have an answer, so I'll just
let me write mine down.
I
You
got
go
you.
first, then. All right. What did I think?
It's like what year it started, right?
yeah.
I got it.
Let's go with.
Maybe I don't. I'm probably gonna be way off. Way off.
Okay.
All right, so my guess is going to be, I'm going to say 1790.
Okay. That was my first initial thought was going
Yeah.
around that realm.
Yeah, I
But
don't know
it's
why.
not what I wrote down.
Okay.
But I'll be interested to see what Colin said.
Oh man,
It's okay.
that guess has me.
We
changed.
none of us know. We've done distance to like we've just never recorded this part before. So we're like, hey, we'll slow it down. It's fine.
I was thinking more like 1912.
Okay, so
Okay,
he's
so
going more
relatively new.
recent. Okay.
I'm going way back. I'm going to go like 1200.
Okay.
Like I'm thinking
Yeah,
it
that's
could
what
be
I-
like an
I
ancient.
was
So I
in
figured
between.
if it's early, I'm actually happy because I thought you were going to go way ancient.
Yeah.
I was going to get stuck in this weird. So let's see.
Oh, I'm definitely the closest.
17th century.
17th century, and then it was imported by Cuba in the 1900s.
So that would have
where
been
it
what,
got
the
its new home.
1600s?
Yeah.
All right, so I was
1600s.
400 off. What
Yeah.
did you say?
I said 1790.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
all right. I'm taking the first overall pick.
And then I have the second choice.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take the turn then.
Brutal. Yeah, I knew I was.
I'm gonna take the turn.
way off.
Yeah, I'm
You're
going to take the
taking
turn.
last?
Yeah,
All right.
for sure. All right, so this is we're building a rotation of 4 starting pitchers and 1 closer from like the greatest pitchers of, or who you
Yes.
consider or you're just building your dream rotation.
Exactly.
All right. There's obviously the winner of this will decide. So you're representing whoever our next guest is, Colin. So if you win, our next guest will get to choose like where he is in the hierarchy of picking.
Okay.
So no pressure at all. So Dane, I'm very interested to see who you go with.
I'm locked in.
I went with 4 I went with the last pick for a reason.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I like 4 guys, so I figured I'll take 2 out of the 4 probably.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who I get though, because I think I know who you're gonna go with.
Yeah. So my number one overall, since we're only taking 1 closer, I'm getting it out of the way.
Oh, you are going.
I'm
closer.
taking Mariano Rivera.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm not mad.
I just think he's the most iconic at his position from my entire childhood, and
If you didn't take him, I would strongly consider taking him.
yeah, honestly, like
At the turn.
I didn't think he was going to come back to me because I wanted to ask you, can we take closer first or can?
Oh
it go,
yeah, I'm
like,
fine with that. However
at
you want
the
to build
last
your
round?
rotation.
So-
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with it. So Colin, you're up now, man.
Okay. I think I'm also gonna go reliever.
Ooh, I like this.
Oh, look at you, just giving Sean both of his starters
Yeah.
right
Not
off the
necessarily.
I'm
rip.
gonna go.
It's hard then.
I'm gonna go Billy Wagner.
Oh, he's
Okay.
a stud. Astros, right? Forever.
Yep.
Yeah, he was really, really good for a long time.
like it.
Man, okay, so like I said, there was 4 guys that I thought I'd be okay with if I had, like, if this was a 10-man draft,
Yeah.
right? So my first pick is I want to start off with someone so fucking intimidating that no one wants to go against my staff.
Hang on, let me type it out.
Go ahead. You can just type it out. You already know who it is. Yes, and you typed it correctly. The big unit. Give me Randy fucking Johnson as
Yes.
my ace on the staff, and then I'm going to follow him up. Right, I'm going to throw a lefty. Right, 6'7", just gas. I'm going to come back with someone just doesn't walk anyone. Just a master of just crafting baseball and just one of the smartest pitchers of all time, who just also happened to be a motherfucker and just won games all the time. 18 Gold Gloves, Greg Maddux. Easy.
They were both on my list, but I can skirt around those, no problem.
Yeah, they were both on my list too.
Yeah.
All right, so Colin, you're up now.
All right. We're going to go Pedro Martinez.
That's solid. He was also in consideration.
Pedro. Vote for Pedro. He wasn't coming back to you.
Oh no, I know that. That's why honestly, I thought Pedro might have gone, just you being from the Northeast, I thought he might have gone too.
Yeah.
So that I thought you might have gone big unit one. So I was thinking, I'm like, all right, I'll start off with Rivera and Maddux or, one of the other guys. Like, I'm fine with that.
For sure. And just because, like, I already took one Yankee, like, I can't go with another one. Like, that's just
blasphemy.
Ridiculous. And Pedro was taken, Unit was taken, Maddux was taken, but Nolan Ryan was not taken. Okay. So I'm going to take Nolan Ryan here because he is a dog. Oops. And I respect the man's gumption. And then coming back around here, I'm just going to, because I don't know where people are landing on this, but he was one of my favorite pitchers to watch growing up.
Okay.
I crafted my game after this man. He, too, was a lefty. But I'm going with Barry Zito.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I love Barry Zito.
Yeah, and that curveball was...
In terms of an all-time list, I think it's going to hurt, but if you're looking at this where you get them in their prime.
Yeah. Barry Zito was just, I mean...
Dude, the 12-6 curveball.
I'm telling you, that thing broke 3.5 feet. Yeah, just knee buckle people, and they couldn't move. And he had a couple of the most dominant seasons as a starting pitcher. And honestly, get him in his prime, I'll take it. All right, Colin, back over to you there, bud.
I got my next one. Speaking of nasty 12-6 curve, we're going to go with Clayton Kershaw.
Kershaw. Got it. Yeah, no, Clayton's definitely... I mean, he's more later in my fandom of baseball, but he's just been an absolute dog. I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I think this is a pretty easy one for me. I think Roger Clemens, the Rocket. I mean, the dude is just, 7-time Cy Young Award
And that's why
winner.
I couldn't take him there. Like, I was going to, but I already had one Yankee, and, that's...
But he's not just a Yankee. He's also
it's
a Red
enough
Sox.
For me.
You
I know.
I mean, so...
Yeah, I mean, he has other
everywhere.
teams that he was good with, too, but...
Yeah,
he
this
was
is
known
where
for being with the
I get
Yankees.
kind of a...
Maybe the Blue Jays.
Oh, man. I kind of go back and forth because there's a bunch of really good pitchers that are still left. Trying to decide which one I want to go with. My home pick.
Your home pick.
You know what? I don't know why. I've always been a huge fan of this guy, and he was a guy that growing up, if I played a baseball video game and we'd did the draft, I always made sure I got him. I was always a huge fan of Felix Hernandez.
Yeah.
And I know that looking at this and you're like, Felix Hernandez, in my mind, he's still a top 20 pitcher of all time who played for an organization that just never put anything around him. But when he was at his best,
dude, he won Cy Young's. He would be a 12-win starter on a team that only won when he was pitching.
He got 0 run support.
Yeah.
I mean, just 0 run support. He was just an ERA monster with just in his prime. I loved Felix Hernandez.
He missed him by 4 years.
Yeah.
They could have really done something in the Griffey and A-Rod days, but
for sure.
It's just a little too late.
Again, this is always when we get to this point where I'm like, well, maybe we should go 5 more rounds.
Dude, Felix was definitely on my list.
Oh, was he? Okay, good. I feel better then.
I was about to take him.
It's one of those. I'm like, if I put this on, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
No,
and I'm like, man, I'm such. He's been my
fucking
favorite
dog.
non-Indians pitcher, during my fandom of baseball.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed watching him pitch. All right, Colin, you're up. I gave you enough time there. I built that up.
All right. Yeah. I don't watch baseball too much anymore, but when I was watching baseball, this was one of my favorite pitchers to watch. Just nasty. Jacob deGrom.
Oh yeah,
DeGrom. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I mean, this is another one that it stings for me to take, but the dude was just so good for so long, and I have nothing but respect for him. And I got to take Justin Verlander.
Oh yeah, he's stud.
I mean,
stud.
I just watched him beat our ass for so
It's
many
hard
years.
because he's still playing.
I know. But
Believe
like
me. Grand scheme of things, yeah. I mean, we're watching future Hall of Famer right now.
100%. And I mean, he's almost on the outskirts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm kind of all over the map with like my timing here, but I'm actually going new age again.
Okay.
And a guy that I literally turned baseball on to watch him pitch, Skeens.
That's a really good pick, man.
Dude, I
Honestly,
turned it on
like
to
that.
watch him pitch. Literally, it brought me back into baseball. Like, there's really good pitching back in baseball again, and I'm turning it on to watch.
It's going to get
guys.
hate because this is the greatest all-time list, but
I know.
you're trying to build the greatest rotation.
Big greatest rotation. I think Skeens right off the rip has been.
I literally
fucking
went to a Pittsburgh
dynamite.
Pirates baseball game when I was in the town,
Yeah.
and I just happened to look up who were the Pirates playing.
Yeah.
And I saw that Skeens was pitching Saturday. I called my brother-in-law. I'm like, dude, let's get fucking tickets.
100%.
If you tell my wife that you got tickets, we can go to the game.
Yes.
So we did that. I'm like, Skeens is pitching. Let's get good fucking seats. So we sat right behind the Pirates dugout, and you got to
The way that dude pops a glove is
dude,
nasty.
it's different when you see it in person.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? He did not start pitching until he was a junior in high school.
I know. It's nuts, dude. He's just a different.
It's another thing I
dude.
love telling, like as like a former coach, like you saw it all the time. Like not everyone develops when they're 10 years old.
Yeah.
Like there are some, I guarantee you, there are like 10-year-old athletes that just love the game that are going to be the studs when like 10 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Like just gotta wait it out and teach them and like just let them go and
Give him a
good
big
things happen,
baseball
for
IQ,
sure.
and then all of a sudden it translates. And
All right.
again, I want to reiterate, like you said, building the greatest rotation.
I'm
This
not
is
arguing.
not
I get
greatest
it. The
all-time
kid's
pitchers.
crazy
This
good.
is greatest rotation, and I, from what I'm seeing from him already, it's disgusting.
If he stays healthy, he will be the next great pitcher of this generation.
Yeah.
If he stays now, again, that's a big if.
It is big if.
But and he's dating Livy Dunn, so like that's just like God,
Again,
it makes you hate him.
Both
a
of
little
these
bit.
guys.
God.
I mean, do you think
You
I
can
have
throw
a
baseball
type
100
here?
miles an hour and you get to take her home. Are you serious right now?
Verlander was with
Yeah.
Upton, Kate Upton. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's not Livy Dunn, but sorry.
okay. Yeah, a lot of people feel like, yeah, Kate Upton shot.
It's like the younger, newer
Who's Livy
model.
Dunn? What's a TikTok?
All right,
All right, Colin.
All right, here we go. We're gonna
round it off
end
with
this
your
off
starter.
on a crazy note. This guy's crazy. I would definitely not like to head against this guy. I probably not want to be his teammate either.
Ooh.
But we're gonna go with Max Scherzer.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a huge douche from what I understand. Most people don't
Yeah,
like
but
him.
he is kind of
He's a bulldog.
crazy good at pitching too.
For sure.
All right, Sean, you just got your little closer left.
So there's two guys that kind of came to mind right away, and one of them's Hoffman, who I'm not going to go with.
Okay.
But he was like the first, like, as I was getting older, just remember hearing like he hit 40 saves, which was kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But like early on, like because dad was a big fan of him and he used to just talk about him all the time, is basically the guy that created the closing role. I think he's the only guy to win Cy Young and MVP as a closer, Dennis Eckersley. I mean, just like the guy's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I already
really
I
did
typed it
like
in there.
invent the position. So I feel like it's hard to leave him off of a draft like
Yeah.
this because he's definitely a top 3 guy of
Fear
all
the
time.
stash.
For sure. 100%. Oh, and yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And he had like that mean look, like just staring like he's going to murder you with a big old fucking like 80s glasses. Gotta love that shit.
Sure, no, I mean, that's
Gotta love that shit. All right, do you want to recap the teams?
I believe he was a starter at one point as
He
well.
was.
So you got duality there. All right, so myself, Mariano Rivera, Nolan Ryan, Barry Zito, Justin Verlander, Paul Skeens, Colin, Billy Wagner, Pedro Martinez, Clayton Kershaw, Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer, Sean, Big Unit, Greg Maddux, Roger Clemens, Felix Hernandez, Dennis Eckersley.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well done, boys.
Solid rotations here. I would want to face any of them.
Yes.
I think my team kind of squeaks out. Definitely a World Series with that. I mean, got your 4-man rotation.
Yeah, you guys maybe win in 7. I sweep.
Just look at the way I have them set up too, though. Like you start off with Nolan Ryan, just bringing the absolute.
Well, you start
gas.
off with Mariano Rivera. So is he coming in the first inning?
No,
he's
he's
just getting
the-
3 outs, and you're like, all right, starters.
He's the established closer.
Okay.
All right. So he's at the
Okay.
back, but I'm saying Nolan's your day 1 starter.
Yeah.
They're seeing just gas and meanness and getting chin music all day. and then they have to go face this lefty where his chin music's dropping 3.5 feet all of a sudden. And then you come back with Verlander throwing some more gas, and then you have Skeens that just pulls shit out of his ass that throws fucking balls that cut inward 1.5 feet that should not. And it's not.
So
called
what
a
you
screw
described
ball.
with Noel Ryan, I'm going to replace with a 6'7" guy with long hair that looks like he's going to just murder you and kill. Literally, has killed a bird before with a baseball.
I mean,
And then I'm going to follow it up with
good
literally
goose control.
the maestro of pitching, the guy that is just like the best pitcher of all time, probably.
Yeah, he was a Cub.
Oh,
He played for
well,
the
Cubs, but
He
no
went to the
invertebrates.
Cubs.
And then you follow that up with more power of Roger Clemens, like one of the best strikeout pitchers of all time. And then you want to talk about Skeens, very talented, but he's still he's still trying to live up to Felix
But Roger
Hernandez.
Clemens, you know,
No, dude, he's still trying to. He can't even
steroids.
It's all right. HGH. HGH.
It's HGH, man.
for sure. Colin, I love your Pedro Martinez pick.
Yeah, that one fucked me. I thought he was for sure skipping by you.
I was very proud of you for taking him because I didn't want Dane to get him.
Yeah.
Because I knew that was the one I was kind of contemplating, and I went Greg Maddux over Pedro just because I wanted the.
I mean, all
the
4 of your
balance.
picks were on my list.
And listen, I was not a Pedro fan growing up. Like he broke my heart many times. So like, and so did Greg Maddux.
Yeah.
To be fair, but like
3 of
know.
your picks, Colin, were on my list. Billy Wagner included.
oh for sure,
Yeah.
for
Billy's
sure,
just nasty,
Yeah.
for sure.
especially in MLB The Show.
So what are your plans for when the season wraps up after Worlds? Are you traveling anywhere? Are you going anything?
After Worlds, I am going to Spencer's.
Okay.
I'm actually going to stay in California with Spencer, and we're going to go to Spencer's together.
Hell yeah. Are you
Hell
playing
yeah.
together?
We're not playing together, but we're just going to hang out with him for the
Who are
week.
you playing with in Spencer's?
Austin Kipple.
Okay. Okay.
So we should do pretty good. Should be fun.
For sure. And who did Kipple play with? Farias? No.
Last year?
No, this year. Who did Kipple play with?
Oh, he played with Dupler.
Dupler. That's right. That's right. Yeah, cornhole's a very funny game because like 3 months ago, everyone was talking about Dupler all the time.
Yeah.
And now like, is he still playing?
I'm sure he is, but
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just
not
funny
as
like how
dominant,
you
but
guys
it
like
just
get
goes in
so
waves.
hot.
Yeah, it goes in waves.
I think you timing it well like this and doing well going into Worlds is a sign of good things to come.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm turning it on at the right time.
For sure, for sure. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Congratulations on the draft for taking second and third place. You guys did very nice, very nice.
Okay.
I'll post these graphics up on Facebook, so be sure to vote either on Facebook or Instagram. I post them on both. Colin, dude, congratulations again. Proud of you. It's been a grind all season, and I'm glad to see like that the hard work it paid off. You made your goal, made ESPN. So man, it was awesome to see.
Thank you so much.
For sure,
Hell
for
yeah.
sure. Well, good luck at Worlds. We'll have you hang on for just a minute. We'll let the folks go on at home. But as always, we hope you throw it straight. And it's nothing but 4 backers from here on out.
Cornhole.
Later.